The Three-Eye Atlas situation is for sure going to end up being alien related. And like, that's just my opinion, but it just seems like that's for sure the case, because is it a coincidence that they started having all of these UAP meetings and alien disclosure meetings more frequently? Like, I just don't feel like that was a coincidence. I feel like that was them trying to be like, oh, well, like, aliens exist. So like, you guys get used to that idea really quickly. Like, hurry up and go get used to that idea in your brain. We need you guys to like have that idea floating around like, oh, aliens actually do exist. We're not here alone. Like there's a possibility that something can come from the outside and see us and do an alien invasion. Like, I feel like they put stuff in the media and like the alien disclosure meetings was just to get the idea like aliens exist and all of these things. And then they just stopped talking about it. And I always was like, why did they just stop talking about the UAPs and the drones and everything that was flying around in the skies that we never got answers to? And I'm like, I feel like they just put that out to put the idea into everyone's mind that like there could be some extraterrestrial visitors, right? And that's like weird. Like there's some aliens in the skies flying around, because eventually the Three-Eye Atlas situation would come about, and then it would be like, oh, well, you guys, there's actually aliens on the way. We're about to have an alien invasion, so get ready, because Three-Eye Atlas is looking like it's some sort of alien object that is not necessarily just rock. It looks like it's like maybe a ship. It looks like aliens are on their way to the Earth. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was all kind of constructed, and I don't know if they had like a timeline of when they had to tell us about alien disclosure, but that's just what it seems like to me, because the alien disclosure was ramping up and then it stopped completely. And then now all of a sudden Three-Eye Atlas is on the way. Like, that's going to be an alien related event. Like 100% in my opinion, but like literally it is.
This is the news. This is not me. This is in one of Bo's like random rants. They're saying the Three-Eye Atlas update, by the way. They're saying that Three-Eye Atlas is communicating with us. It's moving at speeds beyond anything that we can comprehend, and it's made of material that we don't even know the composition of. Crazy, right? Crazy work. And these might be those 7-foot aliens y'all looking for real, for real. So, Three-Eye Atlas is like jumping from Mars to Jupiter in like 19 minutes type of fast. That's like, might be faster than light, I don't know, but as fast as like Three-Eye Atlas is moving, and Three-Eye Atlas is talking to us now. This is real. This isn't like some crazy YouTube conspiracy video. This is CNN. So everybody get your popcorn. It might not have been that other thing, but this right here, I think they made contact. They might already be here. You know, the fact of the matter is they might have, you know how the news don't tell us things until it's way too late anyway. So they might already be here. That's the crazy part. So Three-Eye Atlas is communicating with and they're officially saying it's this mothership. So it's not a comet. I don't know what Swan is. I haven't heard anything about that, or those 9 other guys that was with 7 other comments that was with it. So I haven't heard anything about any of those yet. But Three-Eye Atlas is making mainstream news, y'all. So y'all can look that up. Three-Eye Atlas is communicating.
Hey, y'all heard what's going on? So they told all the high government officials with the military and stuff to report to Quantico. Drop everything. Craig's in trouble. Come quick. Hey man, them aliens might really be on the way, y'all. For real, some undercover stuff going on. We better pay attention. Street boy, signing.
Look, bro, I ain't trying to scare you, cuz. I'm not trying to scare you, bro. I'm not trying to scare you. But I was sitting in the car last night, bro, and I was having this thought, and I was having this conversation with myself, right? Like, cause I was making the TikTok videos. Bro, is Three-Eye Atlas Wormwood? Is Three-Eye Atlas Wormwood, bro? And then I'm thinking about how the government just shut down and how Elon Musk already came out with the market to be seen to put it in the first person already and stuff. And I'm like, it's not even rumors of wars. The war's going on. Euphrates River nearly dry. And they talking about Three-Eye Atlas is on the way. You see what I mean? Gonna put so much together and it's like, bro. But I'm not trying to think like that. But at the same time, I don't think Three-Eye Atlas is Wormwood. But I'm just like, bro, I'm not spreading misinformation, but it's like, I just want to say this. Just in case, like, hey, is it? Because everybody talking about the rapture is on, it's now. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? People is talking about the rapture is in October, bro. Mind you, bro, Three-Eye Atlas is supposed to be here in November. You get what I'm saying, though? Is you getting the concept? But nah, bro. bro, heard on the news something about Euphrates. Bro, I was sitting in the living room and they said something about Euphrates River, bro. I remember this. It was this year when they had started. Somebody started up with bombing somebody. I can't even remember who was bombing who, but somebody was going to war with somebody. I think it was Israel, bro, if I'm not mistaken. Not to mention the earthquakes and the crazy weird weather, bro. But then, how they talking about the Leva? I ain't gonna even speak on them, bro. But they talking about every time he moved, then an earthquake happened. And it's like, which leads you to think that the world is bigger than what it actually is. And it's like, oh, bro. Maybe I just need to go watch a movie or something. Get my mind off everything. Before you say it, I'm already knowing. No man know the day, no man know the hour, no man know the time, the second, the millisecond. No, bro. No. It's gonna be unexpected. Now, just because I said no to October, don't necessarily mean it won't happen before November. Because we don't know. Is anybody keeping an eye on Euphrates River? If I'm not mistaken, it probably already dry. I ain't saying it is, but it could be. I mean, last time in 2022, it was halfway. We only got so long.
Okay, so it's October 7th, and people online are talking about this thing called Comet 3 AI Atlas, if I'm not mistaken. Pardon me. And allegedly, I'm going to use that for safety reasons. Okay, I'm not sure about that. So apparently, it's getting closer to Earth. The last time I checked, it was still somewhere in the orbit of Mars. That was on the 3rd of this month. But now there's all this talk that is moving, Okay, yeah. And of course, the internet being the internet, people are already saying it means aliens are coming to Earth or something like that. Honestly, I don't know what to do with that information, because if I'm keeping it real with you guys, I'm not the type of a person who believes in aliens, Santa Claus, or the Easter Bunny, or even a whole Halloween thing. That's not me. I don't buy that kind of stuff, And just so that we're clear, this video is not based on facts, not even from me. I'm just reacting to what's being said out there and how people are responding to it, because the reactions alone have been wild, okay? Some people are panicking, others are making jokes, and then you have a few people saying this is a sign from the universe. But like I was saying, I don't believe in all that alien stuff. I personally think these are so-called aliens should be called what they really are, and which is demons, of course, because let's be honest, they always try to make it sound cute, mysterious, or exciting, like, oh, aliens are visiting Earth. No, let's stop pretending. If anything, this is more spiritual than scientific, if you ask me. Yeah, that is it. It's more spiritual than scientific. So this Comet 3A Atlas, has it landed yet? Did it disappear, or what exactly happened? That's what I want to know, because the way people are talking about it online, you think something major just happened. Maybe it's still out there, maybe it's not. But either way, we are going to keep watching and see the information we can get from these reactions from everybody online. So stay tuned, because as you keep watching these videos, I'm sure you'll learn something. You pick one or two things, and I'll come back at the end of this video to give my own final 2 cents. Let's continue watching.
The government is still shut down, and they are lying to us. They are lying to us in both the press conferences and lying to us in the news. Here are the facts. For the second time in this administration, the Democrat senators have to be included in the passing of a budget bill. Republicans are in charge of the White House. They have the majority in all of Congress and the House. Back in March, when they just passed a budget bill just to get us to this point, Republicans told Democrats, hey, we're not going to pretty much negotiate with you. We just need you guys to sign this so we can make it to this point that we are here today. Democrats said, no, we're not going to sign this unless we get negotiating parts. But, the Republicans fought back, and eventually the Democrats caved. They caved because they didn't want the government to shut down. And that's because during March, what's around there? Tax season. They don't want the American people not to have money, etc., etc. Y'all can put the dots together. Democratic senators didn't just cave in. They tried to fight back as much as possible, to the point that a Republican senator said, hey, we promise, word of mouth, that we're not going to cut certain funding to certain institutions. But we all know what really happened. The Democrats caved in on the word of mouth of their promise that they weren't going to cut the funding to certain institutions. After the bill was passed, at least postponed until now, President Trump went in and cut funding to those certain institutions that they promised they weren't going to cut funding to. One of those institutions was PBS. In this budget bill, there's going to be a
big cut in funding to the ACA, pretty much getting rid of it. This will cut funding to healthcare for everyone, not just Democrats, Republicans as well. So yes, me and you. Even if you have private insurance through your employer, the ACA had subsidies in it that allowed your health payments to be low for your health insurance. This budget bill will potentially increase everyone's insurance premiums by 75%. That's what the Democrat senators are fighting for. They're just not fighting for the Democrats. They're fighting for the Democrats and the Republicans. Most of us middle class workers are going to be affected by this Affordable Care Act cut. And if you think I'm lying, Republicans, look at your premiums. Yeah, that big packet that they send us in the mail all the time, look at it. Look at the increase in payments that you're going to have to make, because insurance companies are already lining up for this potential change. Now, here comes the problem. The Republican senators did not care about the Democratic senators at all. Whatever the Democrats want, they didn't care for it at all. They didn't need them, so they didn't care for them. They only passed bills that wanted and reflected the needs and wants of the Republican side. Now, this is the only time the Democratic senators can do something. They can get at least one thing, at least one simple thing that they want to be passed on something. That's where we get the holdback. The Republican side is doing the same thing that they did to the Democrats back in March. They're saying by word of mouth, hey, let's just sign this bill. Let's just get the government up and running until November, and we promise we won't cut funding. But the Democrat side isn't falling for that. The Democrats aren't going to sit around and just listen to word of mouth, listen to your promise, because your promise isn't good. You're known for not keeping your promise. The Republican media is online blaming Democrats. You guys have to listen. The Democrats are fighting for everyone, Republicans and Democrats. They're not just fighting for one side. And they're online. You have to look this up. They're online telling us that it's the Democrats' fault. It's not the Democrats' fault. They have no negotiating power in none of this. They just want the Democrat senators to just subside and just go with the flow. But they're about to cut funding for healthcare for millions of us, tens, hundreds of millions of us. You guys have to go out and learn. I just want to iterate this. This is the only time, since Republicans own majority of every piece of the government, this is the only time that the Democrat side can get anything passed, because the Republicans don't need the Democrats at all, except for now. And this is why we're having this issue. And if you think I'm lying, go look at your potential updates on your insurance premiums, how much you're going to have to pay for health insurance, even through your jobs. Your jobs have sent out packets. Go look at it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.
Now, I specifically remember telling y'all a few months ago that things were going to ramp up as far as distractions go, right? It's time we do a little decoding, shall we? First things first, you got this government shutdown during a 9-year cycle with Third Eye Atlas coming this way, right? My bad. 3-Eye Atlas. I don't know why I always say Third Eye. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but they sound alike. I mean, I guess while we're on the subject, Atlas in myth carries the heavens. Kind of similar to how the government carries the weight of the people. Now with the third eye open, the illusion is breaking. Stay with me. We're going to tie it together. See, what's happening is we not just feeling the burdens anymore. We starting to see the truth behind the burden. See, now here's where we bring the 9 into play. Told y'all many times before, we've seen 9 throughout our whole lives. There's always something that ties back to 9. Even 9 itself, when multiplied by 9 or any other number, is going to lead back to 9. 9 equals the finish line. So now we're going to bring it on around to this shutdown that occurred. What was it? A government shutdown. And what does government mean? Control the what? Mental. So in my head, TikTok, in my head, these are my opinions. When I break that down, I'm like, damn, the systems that have been controlling everyone's mental has finally shut down. And of course, it happened in a 9 years. So it means that these systems are closing out chapters, closing out cycles. Weight they've been holding cannot continue the same way. This is why anytime the government shuts down, guess what? People go into a panic. Message to me here is very, very clear. Stop putting your time, your energy, and your efforts into systems that is at its 9 point, aka the end point. Now, this 3-Eye Atlas, aka Third Eye Atlas, is dropping in the sky long enough just to make you realize you've been carrying the weight all along. Now with the third eye open, you being shown exactly what needs to close so a new cycle can begin. Number 9 is showing us that the old world order is done. Finito, okay? Finished. shutdowns, the distractions, the fear mongering, all of that energy is the completion, the closure energy. I told y'all there was going to be a bang before the reset. So symbolically, 3i Atlas just means that we are waking up and not going into this next cycle blind. Entities that have been running the show for a long time, they know this. This is why for a long time now we've been saying their time is up. This is where talks of the split came from. Basically where there's two different worlds, two different energies going on. There are people that are thriving and living in chaos. Those are the ones absorbing everything that's going on right now. And then you got the people who choose peace, not being affected by none of the shit going on. Always aware of surroundings, but never worrying. Old authorities are collapsing and new ones on the rise. This time, these new authorities will be tested and not by titles like in the old days. It's all about integrity, authenticity, soul alignment. This is why in my coachings, I teach so much about connecting back to self, learning the difference between ego, aka Satan, and spirit, aka higher self. Sharpening your tools like discernment and your abilities, your gifts. Another thing that people will experience because we are in this 9-year closure cycle is a health, nervous system, somatic awakening. Body is a part of the code. Your body is also upgrading along with the earth. So what this means is you're going to start feeling things physically. A lot of people already experiencing this. This is what people refer to as ascension symptoms. Speaking of which, a lot of y'all been asking me to run it back about the ringing in the ears. So that's going to be my next video. Stay tuned. Due to this awakening, a lot of people are going to start or already have start feeling the purging symptoms or the physical symptoms such as migraines, even sleep disruptions, like your patterns are just completely thrown off. Autoimmune flare-ups. Gotta remember the energy of the planet itself is shifting. Body is trying to adjust to this. All of my spiritual workers and energy workers out here, your time to shine is now. Gonna be an uptick in the holistic practices. Mark my word. More people are looking towards that inner work versus religion, where it teaches you not to be accountable. People are looking for holistic care versus Western civilization medicine. Intensity in relationships and the boundaries are going to increase dramatically. The video I did probably about a month or two ago, I was saying this is going to accelerate real fast from this point. Out of the relationships you've been needed to let go of, you're about to be forced to do so. This is not to scare you. This is to prepare you. I always got bars. There will be sudden breakups, friendships dying off. A lot of people like to say their true colors started showing. No. They always been there. They're always been the same goddamn color. Discernment is getting sharper. The eye is starting to open, and I'm talking about that real eye. And is also going to bring a purge of toxic attachment. What's outgrown you will break, it will shift, or it will demand full truth. As the system continues to crack and crumble, so will the people. Masks are falling fast. Not just the government, it's education, it's the media, it's the finances, it's the institution, it's entertainment, it's everything, it's everyone. And deals, corruption, theft, all of it is becoming more visible. Why? Because the 3i Atlas, because the third eye is coming online, it's becoming open. And I'm talking about of the collective. I have to go on to part 2 because this is getting too long. I'm going to just end with this. Stop getting caught up in all of the distractions, because this is how they keep people in the loop, in the cycle, in that world that's filled with chaos. When you hear shit in the headlines, just know it's code for them to speak to one another about what's going on with us. Everything leads back to us. I think they have so many different studies about us. See, this last act is not going to destroy you. It's going to refine you. If you heard the whispers all year, just get ready, because they about to get louder. But so are you. As long as you don't get caught up in the bullshit. That's what it's designed to do. Keep you looping. Observe, don't absorb. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Yeah, all right, guys. We've watched the clips. We've heard the reactions, and now I just want to share my honest 2 cents about this whole situation, because based on everything that's going on online right now, especially in America and the US, something about this whole comment 3i Atlas doesn't just sit right. Okay, people all over social media, from X, Twitter, TikTok, and even mainstream news platforms are all talking about this comment like it's the next big thing. Some are calling it once in a lifetime event. Others are saying it's a warning. And then there's the crowd that's convinced, it's tied to aliens coming to Earth. But then there's another side of the internet that's not buying it at all. Like a lot of Americans are saying this whole comet narrative is nothing more than a distraction, something to keep people busy while the real truth stays hidden. Okay, I'm going to pause now. Yeah. And that's the truth. Yeah. The list. It's so hard to be honest on this platform anymore. Yeah, so the list. Yes, that list. That one, the one everyone has been waiting for, talking about the list of names connected to one of the biggest scandals in modern day history. People are saying that the G meant and media would do anything to divert attention from it. So when people, when something like a mysterious comet approaching Earth suddenly becomes the talk of the world, there is also the government shutdown. Many are side eyeing it because the timing, it matters. It's all right. It's always right when something major is about to be revealed, when the truth is on the verge of coming out, that we suddenly get hit with something global, global destruction, a crisis, a viral trend, or in this case, a cosmic event. You can call it a coincidence if you want, but I've seen this before. I've seen this play in real time before. I've seen this pattern repeat too many times to still think it's a random thing. And this brings me to what the Bible says about the end times. It talks about great deception, about how people will be led astray. But not by obvious lies, but by things that look fascinating, scientific, or even divine. The Bible says that in the last days, people will believe false wonders and false signs in the heavens. And tell me, this isn't exactly what is happening right now. A comet appears, and instantly the internet loses its mind. People start worshiping science. Others begin praying to the universe, and before you know it, everyone's attention has shifted from the truth, to illusion. That's what deception looks like. It doesn't come wearing horns or carrying a pitchfork. It comes in the form of trending news, glowing lights in the sky, and carefully chosen headlines that pull the world's attention in the wrong direction. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there isn't a real comet out there. Space is huge. Comets pass by all the time. But the way this story has been handled, the way it's being amplified feels off, okay? It's almost as if someone wants this to go viral. Like they want us all looking up at the sky, so we stop looking at what is really happening. I've said that in Proverbs. And if we're being honest, that's been the strategy for decades. Whenever something serious or politically damaging is about to come out, suddenly there's breaking news about that takes over everything, whether it's celebrity news or natural disasters, or now a supposed alien connection. It's all about, shifting the focus, because as long as people are distracted, the truth stays buried. And the Bible warned us about that too. It said people would no longer love the truth, that they would rather believe lies that comforts them than the truth that challenges them. Okay, that's why you have millions of people obsessed with aliens, energy portals, and universal awakenings, but can't sit down and think critically about what is happening in their own government or justice system. That's not curiosity, guys. That's spiritual blindness. You need to wake up. Okay, wake the F up. I needed to say it the American way. Sorry. I also find it interesting how quickly this alien talks picks up destruction in the US every time the nation faces a major controversy, whether it's political scandals, court cases, or classified document leaks. Suddenly aliens, it's like they know exactly what kind of story will get people's attention, or freak or rap. Some words, I can't even say them here. And sadly, that is what is so upsetting about this, because it works. Because distraction is one of the oldest tools of deception. So when I look at this whole comment 3 Atlas situation. I see two things happening at once. One hand, yes, maybe there's a real space event taking place, something NASA can track, measure, and study. But on the other hand, there's a psychological and spiritual manipulation happening too. People are being fed fear, mystery, and fascination all at once. And, when emotions take over, discernment disappears like completely. So to me, this feels less like science and more like spiritual warfare disguised as entertainment. And if you look at how fast these narratives spread, it's not natural. It's coordinated. It's meant to confuse, to divide, to distract. The Bible says the enemy will use signs in the heavens to deceive. Even the elect, meaning even people who think they know the truth, could fall for it if they're not careful, grounded in the word. So here's what I think, like really, whether this comet is real, symbolic, exaggerated, what's more important is that what it represents, a test of awareness, a test to see if people chase the next viral headlines or their eyes on truth, because at the end of the day, deception can't control you unless you allow it. That's what I wanted to say. And that's exactly why we need to stay awake spiritually and mentally. Don't let fear trend or media narratives dictate what you believe. Stay grounded, stay discerning, because the same way everyone's watching the sky right now, we should be watching the systems around us, the politics, the justice system, the cover-ups, the things they don't want you to question. So yeah, that's my take on this. Whether this comment vanishes, lands, or just burns out, the real story is in the sky. It's right there, right here on earth, behind the scenes, in the hands of the people controlling what you see and what you don't know yet. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so let me know what you think about this video in the comment section down below. I will definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful and yeah, stay watchful.